What's going on, everybody? So today we're gonna have a good old open topic, not open panel, but we're gonna have an open topic. We're just gonna hang out and talk about anything y'all want to talk about. It could be comics, movies, collectibles, gaming, whatever's going on in this industry. You know, just here hanging out with y'all and stuff like that. Decided to do a, how I come through with these random live streams and stuff like that. So you know, hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel, share the video, all that good stuff. So hopefully everybody's having a good Monday and starting off their week good because we all need it. And we're just here just talking and seeing what's up and things like that. So let's see what's up. We see Vegeta, Jack, what's up? Appreciate y'all for watching. Chris Pratt says James Gunn is rejecting his pitch for Chris for Batman's DCU. Uh, have you seen the gameplay on Resident Evil? It looks sick. Yeah, that Resident Evil Requiem looks very, very nice. I can't wait. I want to check that out. That should be interesting. I like how it's gonna be connected with the Resident Evil Outbreak, so that should be fun. Sam Raimi says no to Spider-Man 4. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I guess like I don't know, these movie studios, they have the opportunities and they just like miss the goal by so much. It's pretty wild. So I get what you're saying, Brandon. It's pretty wild. Let's see. Recon, what's up? What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. You got two new VHSs. Which ones did you get? Hopefully you enjoy them. Let's see. Hold on. Sam Raimi is wrong for Batman. He's cool for Spider-Man, but not Batman. You know what? I would like to see what he could pull with a Batman film, in his style and stuff like that. I think it would be it won't be like Burton, like Tim Burton, but I think it would be somewhere around that alley, and that would be nice. I would love to see that. It's a shame that if they don't do anything else with Sam Raimi, with Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore. But it's a shame, but we'll see what happens. I mean, things could change also. Do you hear Mark Ruffalo's gonna get fired from Disney? Yeah. I mean, Mark Ruffalo, honestly, nothing against him. Is just he's very vocal when it comes to politics and stuff like that. So you all know I don't talk about that, but I'll leave that at that. And I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, recast them at this point if they have to. So be it. VHS is a old school device. It's a big old block where you put how now we have Blu-ray and DVDs. This is way before that. It was a block, and the movie was on like film, literally. And I forgot what VHS stands for, but video something I don't remember now, honestly. But look it up and see what a VHS is. It's a very retro thing, before DVDs and Blu-rays came out. That's how we would watch our movies. I actually have two movies: Jurassic Park, the original one, and Batman Returns on VHS. So yeah, it's very popular, but they don't sell those anymore. I mean, you can find them, but it depends where you're going at. Let's see, Pocahontas in Chicago on VHS. Okay, nice. Enjoy them. Let's see. He's basically saying, no, the money in the bag. Yeah. It sucks when they don't really do anything with certain IPs and stuff like that. It's a shame. Let's see. Yeah, VHS is a movie or show on a video cassette. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Let's see. Sam Raimi wanted to do Batman, but not for James Gunn. Yeah. I mean, I would not. I wouldn't do anything for him. Either. I would be like, yeah, no. I'll rather just offer it to somebody else. Toby's still going to be in Doomsday, so we are covered. Yeah, he's gonna be in Doomsday, and look, Doomsday is gonna be off the charts because just hearing the rumors that people are saying that Doomsday, Doctor Doom, whatever you want to call him, He's gonna be destroying Spider-Man's universe. Ooh, this should be interesting. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Brand New Day is going to kick off and what it's going to be setting up, because we know it's going to be tying in with Doomsday. I can't wait. I really cannot wait for that movie, honestly. He's basically saying no to Money in the Bag. Yeah, pretty much at this point. Let's see. Is it true that the Snyder fans called Henry Cavill a traitor and Black Adam? Maybe some did, but again, people are entitled to their opinions. To me, he's not. I didn't have no problem with him coming back and Black Adam for that cameo. I think that cameo was probably like what, like 4 seconds. But we were on the track and the path to, the Snyderverse once again getting picked up, and then James Gunn, he came along and just screwed everything. He literally did. Edward Norton as the Hulk. Yeah, that's what we're hearing now. They might end up bringing him back. So, you know what? This could also be a marketing thing too. Let me go back to where, well, I'll stick on this one. Edward Norton, okay, as the Hulk. Again, I'm telling you, this could be a marketing strategy. They could be setting up, and they could probably bring him. They could bring Mark Ruffalo. They could bring in She-Hulk. Remember, they're setting up things for what is it? Besides Doomsday, the other one, Secret Wars. Secret Wars. They're going to be bringing a lot of variants, and that's going to be cool. So I would not be surprised if we do see all of the Hulks in Secret Wars. So yeah, that should be fun. Zack Snyder is not happy. James Gunn's DCU. Christina Hudson. Yeah, yeah. I mean, nobody's happy. Oh, okay, you were trolling down. I don't know, I don't know, man. I had no idea. But yeah, I mean, do you think Marvel will get a new actor for the Hulk for the Avengers Doomsday? It could be. It could be a possibility. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure that's if it's gonna happen. I mean, it could. Anything is possible. You might go see what Wuthering Heights in a few weeks. Okay, I have no idea what that is, but enjoy it. Enjoy it. Doomsday is going to destroy Clayface and Supergirl. Oh yeah, big time, big time. Notice how barely anybody's talking about Supergirl and nobody's talking about Clayface. Nobody. That shows you what people are interested. Angry Joe, he's worrying about Batman's DCU James Gunn. Yeah, a lot of people are worrying about that. They're starting to say, they're like, hey, I just don't think James Gunn's the right one. He's just not, honestly. Austin, what's up? Sam Raimi horror aesthetic would work well with Batman. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. It would work. I would love to see that. And look, now that we're talking about Sam Raimi, Batman, and I guess this whole horror, if you want to say, or style, I would love. That's why I loved about Michael Keaton's Batman universe with Tim Burton, because it was dark, and during what it was during the 90s. And then we got Sam Raimi Spider-Man with what's his name, Tobey Maguire. It was, they were both fitting for that time. I loved it. I loved both of them. I was like, this is good, like the tone, the style, and all that stuff. Each director did their own thing. It stood out, and here we are, all these years, still talking about it. So yeah, it's aged well. I actually enjoy it and stuff like that. El Turner, what's up? Appreciate you for tuning in. Also, thanks for being here. Let's see. You would love to see Insomniac do Batman game. Yeah, it would be cool. I know they're with Marvel. It probably wouldn't happen, but given their style, gaming Batman would be perfect. Yeah, it would be. It really would be nice. It really would be nice, honestly. Let's see. Chili DD. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Here hanging out with y'all. What's good? All right. Clayface will flop for Batman Brave and the Bold get canceled. Yeah, I mean, I think Clayface is straight up another DOA project. It really is. I mean, who really asked for Clayface? Who in their mind was like, what we really need? We need Clayface. Nah, I don't. I just don't know who's approving these things. Who's actually saying, what? That sounds like a fantastic idea. Let's go ahead with Clayface instead of everything else. Makes no sense. Let's see. Cryptic V8071. Thanks for joining us. Can't believe Jason Momoa sold out like that. Even in a recent interview, the guy talking to him brought up Aquaman, and Momoa seemed hesitant to talk about it. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's why I call him Sellout Momoa. Look, like I said, good for him that he's getting work, and he's playing the role that he's always wanted to play. But let's be real. He gave up literally $1 billion IP with Aquaman. And before some people come at me and say, oh, well, Aquaman 2 didn't make $1 billion. You're right. It didn't make $1 billion. The difference was that in the first Aquaman with Jason Momoa, the movie with the director James Wan under, right? Because he was consulting not James, he was consulting Zack Snyder. What did he do? He went off the storyboards that Zack had. So that's why he took the character serious. And now that we have James Gunn, we have the results. We've seen with Zack Snyder the quality that DC has put out in their cinematic universe, and now we've seen with James Gunn the no quality with what they've been putting out. So yeah, Jason Momoa is straight up a sellout, unfortunately. There's no way Ruffalo got fired for his political views. You know how Hollywood is when it comes to politics. Yeah, yeah, I know they're very big with their politics and stuff. But if you've been paying attention to what he's been saying lately, he's been rattling cages up in Hollywood. So Disney doesn't want that no more. You can clearly see it. So yeah, they don't want another Brie Larson, Captain Marvel style of person. You know, and what's her name? Rachel. What's her name? The one that did Snow White. Yeah, they don't want to repeat that. They're trying to fix all that mess that they left behind. Jason Momoa Lobo, he looks like a rock kiss. He looks ridiculous. Yeah, that's all I see when I see Lobo now with Jason Momoa, literally. And let's not forget, he's going to be playing Blanca in the upcoming Street Fighter movie. So yeah, instead of it's just Jason Momoa with green paint, and then as Lobo, he's just straight up, the kiss look, So yeah, that's pretty much what that is right now. You're still not interested in Wonder Man on Disney Plus tomorrow. Are they still moving forward with that? I thought it was gonna get canned, but yeah, I mean, I guess Disney just needs some type of content right now. So, what do you think of Alan Richardson playing Batman in the future? That would be cool after the Snyderverse is restored. Yeah, that would be nice. I wouldn't mind seeing him, playing Batman. That would be cool. I think a few pick of Zach and the internet blows up. Supergirl, Lobo, or James News, and you really don't hear anything about it. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you. You don't. Zack Snyder posts one picture, boom. Yes, what it was, I think yesterday, the day before, over the weekend, he posted a picture of Wonder Woman when they were filming Batman versus Superman, and it's cool to see how many people are in there interacting and stuff like that. So I mean, to me, she's gonna always be Wonder Woman. Nothing against Linda Carter, but yeah, it's just nah. I mean, Gal, she nailed it as Wonder Woman, and she did a fantastic job. Shame on the studio for not continuing anything with any of these characters at the moment. Michael Keaton was your favorite Batman growing up. Little before, let's see, before your time, you loved his Batman. Yeah, Michael Keaton was pretty awesome. He was. I grew up watching Michael Keaton and I loved it. Batman Returns, I prefer more over the '89, just because I don't know what it is, but I just love Batman Returns. That's when it comes to Michael Keaton. That's my favorite movie of him, and the most modern Batman, Ben Affleck. Out of all, Christian Bale, he was all right. I mean, I just wasn't feeling him like that. But Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton, those are my top two Batman, if you want to say. Matt Reeves thinks Batman Brave and the Bold is getting canceled. Matt Reeves is next about future Batman sequel. I don't think after Batman 2 we're gonna get anything else with Matt Reeves. I highly doubt it, honestly. I think the Batman 2 is going to be the last one, and that's it. They're just gonna move away from that. It's taking way too long. Edward Norton was a good Bruce Banner. True, true. Let's see, Mega Man. What do you think? We're getting the 40-year anniversary. I don't know, but I know I just got that comic. I forgot to post a video about that. I did get it last week, and that issue, I think it's issue 0. The literally the number 0. It's pretty dope. I like it. I like that they're staying true to the actual game and adding some, extra scenes and stuff like that. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to check it out. That's a pretty good comic. I'm actually happy to have that in my collection, and I'm a huge Mega Man X fan. So anything with Mega Man X, then I'm always eating that up, just like the Snyderverse. Let's see exactly. Let's see. Clayface, from what you understand, was originally going to be the main villain. Yeah, for the Batman Part 2. Exactly. But of course, James Gunn stole that from Reeves. Yep, I agree with you, Brandon. You're 100% right. It was supposed to be a villain for the Batman Part 2. And of course, James Gunn just came in and said, you know what? I'm going to take that away. And that's what he's been doing, screwing things up. It's like James Gunn's like Thanos, just screwing things up in the multiverse. Literally a WB. Batman Brave and the Bold might mess up the script. Put Batman in the DCU. You know, look, the other day, I don't know, some of y'all see Nerdrotic. Um, I was watching a video that they posted the other day when they do like a group with everybody talking and stuff, and one of them was saying that they're just not convincing. Especially they brought up Batmite. They're like, I, you know what? They're starting to say things that I talk about. I'm like, this is not a coincidence. I guess I don't know, whatever. But it's pretty cool to see how people are like, hey, yeah, James Gunn is not the right one, and I fear that he's going to bring in Batmite. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've said it and I'll say it again. I personally, I'm curious to see what James Gunn can cook with Batmite. Show it, do it, make it happen. I want to see. I really want to see. That's up James Gunn's alley, 100%. If he could pull off a talking raccoon, and he could pull off Starro, that big old giant, what is it, a starfish in the Suicide Squad. Hey, I think James Gunn could pull Batmite. I want to see that happen, honestly. The true DCU must return. Indeed, Ray. Indeed. It has to, and it will. Batman looks shiny. His logo for Batman James Gunn's DCU. We haven't seen anything, so I mean, how they're gonna do it, who knows? Who knows? But knowing James Gunn, yeah, I think he's gonna put those trunks. I think he's gonna put the trunks on Batman, so I would not be surprised. I mean, he already did it to Superman. Might as well just do it to Batman also. Gunn knew he could have gone back to form in Aquaman 1 and applied to Aquaman 3 if it was about the money. Yeah, yeah. But James Gunn, yeah, I mean, Gunn is just screwing everything around. And he's mocking us. You know, he's mocking us, especially the Snyder fans, because he knows what we want. He knows it. He's aware of it. But he's just like, hey, I'm going to keep on trolling them as long as I'm in charge. Momoa is foolish. The true DC fans always knew that Gunn and Saffron are hacks. Exactly. And throw in Matt Reeves in there too. I love how y'all be calling was it Hack Reeves or it cracks me up, man. Has Mattel announced anything for DC stuff, and what do you think of them doing DC figures? I'm excited. I actually collect Mattel figures, you know, so I'm actually excited to see what they're gonna be cooking again. And they don't officially kick off with DC with the collectors line until January 2027, so next year. But this summer, starting in summer, I think in June or July, they're gonna start putting out the basic 5-inch figures. Nothing fancy. Those are like the 9.99 ones, very cheap, basic five, probably 6 or 7 points of articulation. The ones that are just for kids. Okay, so I'm not focused on those, and I'm hearing, kind of, they're not all that. I'm waiting till next year when they come out with the real collectors line. Then we're gonna see what they're gonna cook. But until then, I would just be like, you know what? I know next year is when they're gonna come out, and McFarlane has the license until December 31st, 2026 of this year. And that's it. They are officially done. So, yeah, a lot of people are happy about it. I'm excited. I'm like done with McFarlane just because I'm done with McFarlane in the way because of their poor distribution and their exclusives. I'm so tired of Walmart exclusive, and then when you try to get it, they're all sold out before you can even buy it because of course all these bots are buying them and they cater to the bots. And then when it's a Target exclusive, good luck trying to get it. You know, chances are 0 to none because yeah, that's the problem with McFarlane. They have really bad distribution and stuff like that. Zach saved both Gal's and Jason's careers. True, true. At least Gal is loyal and a real one. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you, Austin. 100%. That's true. That's why Gal is thankful and she acknowledges, you know, Zack Snyder for doing that. He literally that's a career, you know, opening change if you want to say. You know, it's crazy how these iconic characters, you know, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, can change actor's career, you know, but at the same time, it could destroy it. Look at what James Gunn is doing. You know, after Superman, when David Cornsweet is done with that, I don't see him getting casted for anything else. Hell, he's not getting casted for anything else right now at the moment. I feel bad for him. I'm like, he's an actor. You get what I'm saying? And you would think, oh, Superman's gonna help his career. Nah, thanks to James Gunn, it literally ruined his career because all he's getting casted is just for Superman. He's not in anything else. And you know, that's why I see a lot of actors and actresses don't want to work with James Gunn because of the bad rep that it has. So yeah, it would be wise to not work with James Gunn. So yeah, it can affect your career big time. It's funny how the gun lovers say the Snyderverse won't return, or WB regrets Snyderverse, and it's like whoever gets it will restore it, and Gunn has no say. Yeah, that's just how the gun lovers are. They like to pick and choose what's convenient for them, but it's all good. They know that we're gonna get it back. James Gunn might leave soon to be canceled. DC plan. James Gunn will be what, fan will be sad. Uh, James Gunn in the end is just gonna end up going back to Marvel. That's what it is. He knows it. We know it. It's obvious. You just can't put face paint on Jason and call him Lobo. He looks the same in every project he's in, very similar to The Rock. Yeah, but at least The Rock, we could tell that he's actually given, 105%. I give him, that. But Jason Momoa is just Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa plays Jason Momoa in literally the Fast and the Furious. He sucks as a villain. He really sucks. I was like, nah, man. I just wasn't buying it. He felt like a cheap knockoff of a Joker in the Fast and the Furious. Like seriously, I was like, damn. And John Cena as an actor, he sucks. But I liked his character more in the Fast and the Furious compared to Jason Momoa. I'm like, yo, it's a big difference. I like Jason Momoa as Aquaman, but seeing him as Lobo, I'm like, oh, you better get ready. They're gonna be throwing so much jokes in that movie. And of course, come on, we've already seen a preview of it with Supergirl when she was in Superman 2025, and we saw when in Peacemaker season 1 when they turned Jason Momoa literally as Aquaman into a joke. So what can we expect? Nothing else from James Gunn. That's what he delivers. Andy Muschietti, he might not. He doesn't care about Batman DCU. Nah, but he's only caring about that check. So he's just gonna want to get that check. I'm still not interested in DCU's The Batman. Batman Brave and the Bold is going to be absolute shit because of Christina Hudson. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all feel like that. Keaton owns Bale and Pattinson over as Batman. Yeah, big time. I agree with you. I remember when a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Keaton wasn't gonna be a good Batman," and that was back in like the late '80s, early '90s, and stuff. And and look at that, Michael Keaton proved everybody wrong. I loved him as Batman. Bruce Wayne, not so much. Michael Keaton doesn't have really the Bruce Wayne look. Um, but when you look at, to me, if we're gonna compare the movies before the Snyderverse, I want to say Michael Keaton as Batman, he nailed it. Now, when it comes to Bruce Wayne, I loved what's this dude's name? I can't remember right now. Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is very underrated. He's a very underrated Batman, and it's sad to say that because it's like, man, out of all the Batmans we talk about, all of them, hell, George Clooney gets more attention than Val Kilmer, and it's a shame. I like Val Kilmer. He was an awesome Batman. I loved his Batman. He was amazing as Bruce Wayne also. And I remember when the movie starts and what is it, Batman Forever, and he has the like it was supposed to be like continuing because remember the drama and stuff if you're aware of it. He had the I think what is it the I don't know what it's called, not the sonar suit, what is it, the Panther suit, I think, the one that it's all black when it has the yellow emblem. It looks like the Keaton's version but more modern, and I was like, oh, okay, that was pretty cool. But yeah, Val Kilmer, he was such an amazing Batman, and Bruce Wayne also. Remember when people hated Ben Affleck Batman Kills? They never read a comic or seen Michael Keaton Batman movie. Yeah, pretty much. That's how some fans are. They were like, "Oh, Batman shouldn't kill." Well, he does in this universe, so what? I don't mind it. Mr. Phenom doesn't want James Gunn to touch Batman at DCU. Yeah, a lot of people don't want that. Really don't. You had to zoom in with AGB Studios, which you can launch your acting career. Nice, good, good. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully everything turns out good. That would be nice. Congrats. What do you think is a good actor to play Mega Man? I'm gonna be honest with you. Bringing Mega Man live action kind of concerns me because I know there's some fan films out there, but I would say they should just make an animated movie like the Super Mario Brothers. Like I think they could pull it off like that a lot more. That's what I like about what they're doing with the Super Mario Brothers. And the trailer for Mario Galaxy, that looks amazing. I don't like what they've done with Sonic just because you have cartoons, animated characters that they try to bring them into the real life world. I've never liked films like that But Paramount has been doing a good job with Sonic, so it's working for them. That's all that matters. But to bring Mega Man, I would say they have to do a whole full animated movie. Like hell, I say on that one, 100% should just stay animated. Like don't even bother with making it live action, just because it. Not everything has to be live action. James Gunn wants a better, like Matt Reeves, get released 2027. Yeah, James Gunn's never gonna be like Matt Reeves. As much as I don't like Matt Reeves as Batman, but yeah, he'll never be like him. Have you ever seen Brightburn? No, I haven't. I have not seen it. I know. I don't know if it was directed by James Gunn or if it was just produced. I think it was produced by James Gunn because I remember him saying that he was getting blamed for it, and he's like, I didn't direct that movie. So yeah, I don't think he directed, but no, I haven't seen it. I know it's supposed to be a darker take. I'm not sure if it's Superman or wannabe Superman. I know it's some kid with like a cape, and he's kind of like dark. I don't know. I don't know. It just never caught my attention. Um, do you think Birds of Prey was trash and Flash about writers? Birds of Prey was trash. It had potential, but you can clearly see that they wanted to get away from, you know, the Snyderverse and what David Ayer had, within the Ayerverse. And Birds of Prey was never supposed to happen. Originally, we were supposed to get Suicide Squad, and then we were supposed to get a Harley Quinn with Joker, and then we were supposed to get Gotham City Sirens because that was going to set it up and stuff like that. But the studio decided to say, "Hey, we want to move away from this." That's why if you see on Birds of Prey, they do a quick show like a Harley Quinn breaking up with Joker, and you just see the backside of him. They hired another actor for it and stuff like that. It's kind of scummy what they did to Jared Leto, and then they ended up doing what they did with Joker 2019 with Joaquin Phoenix. But it's the studio. That's what they do. Lieutenant, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Evening. If Netflix does get WB and Zach comes back to take charge, should he have Gunn use what is it MOT's multiverse stuff to bring Cavill back as Superman to help Corn Sweat fight Brainiac? No, 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 no. If Zach is back, it has to be the Snyderverse. I don't want to see the Snyderverse mixed in no type of way, shape, and form with James Gunn. No. Let James Gunn do his thing. Let the Snyderverse be its own thing. They don't have to connect. They don't have to interfere. Nothing, nothing. They could both be running side by side and do their own thing. James Gunn just screwed up everything because he just decided to retcon this and retcon that. But if Zach is going to come back, I say no. He cannot be with James Gunn, and I don't want to see them team up. I do not want to see Henry Cavill team up with David Cornsweet. No, hell no. Because it's clear James Gunn wanted to reboot everything that the Snyderverse had created. So no, I would not want to see that, honestly. I want to see Zack Snyder's vision and how and what he wanted to do, 100% how he wanted to do. You give James Gunn his creative control and do whatever the hell he wants with no interference. Do the same for Zack Snyder and David Ayer. They're doing it right now with James Gunn. They're about to do it with Matt Reeves. So why can't they do that with Zack Snyder? So no, I wouldn't want both of them to be working together. The shows are turning slowly on Gunn. Yeah, exactly. They're realizing. People are realizing some. Yeah. Well, on a different Earth. Nah, I just wouldn't want it. I really wouldn't want it, honestly, because then it comes back to again the history is going to repeat, like we got with the Hamada verse, and we got with all the old regime. All of that is just gonna repeat. They gave a hard time to Zack Snyder and David Ayer when they were there, and they want to retcon things, but then they want to keep characters, like Amanda Waller, Rick Flag Jr. When James Gunn wanted to stay with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. So these are characters. They killed off Captain Boomerang, when the helicopter literally like freaking dices him in the beginning of it. So you can clearly see James Gunn's intentions, so he's just trying to erase things, and what's convenient he'll keep, and whatever is not convenient he just won't, and stuff like that. So nah, I wouldn't. Did you see a Zach hater and failed film make High Top try to get people to report negative reviews on his films? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't hear anything about it, honestly. But that's just what some people do and stuff like that. So it's all good though. We know that they're just making up rumors and lies. James Gunn's the biggest narcissist in Hollywood. He's like the bully on the playground. As someone who knows that it's like what it's like to be bullied, I can't stand James Gunn. He's on top of my. He's shitless. Yeah, I think so. A lot of people can agree with you. We just want him out of DC. Honestly, like he has to be out. He needs to go back to Marvel. James Gunn works better at Marvel, not at DC. James Gunn loves Flash. He doesn't understand people. Doesn't care. Nope, he doesn't. He doesn't. James Gunn's all about James Gunn, and that's it. Angry Joe say Supergirl will flop in theaters. No girl's gonna go watch it. I highly doubt it. I don't think it's gonna make high numbers, But and that's supposed to be the quote unquote role model for the girls of tomorrow. It's pretty make it make sense. Actor Zachary Levi has discussed finding it harder to secure roles in Hollywood, begging for work. Yeah, I agree with you, especially after that interview he had. Like he was putting them on blast, and now I gotta say, you know what? I respect Zachary Levi for what he said. He had balls to say what he had to say, and that's good. He's exposing the industry, and sometimes unfortunately that's what this showbiz is all about. And the more you shill, the more they open the door, and when you don't shill, they want to block every path in your career. So yeah, that sucks. What characters do you want to see in Doomsday? I want to see all of them. I know it's gonna be setting, but I really want to see all of them. I mean, we're gonna see them all in Secret Wars, but in Doomsday for sure, I want to see, of course, the usuals, Spider-Man. What I really want to see is how they're going to explain how is Doctor Doom Tony Stark. That's what I want to know. They better explain that very well because Tony Stark died in Infinity War. So if they don't explain it and make it make sense, then literally his death was pointless, and I don't want him to ruin that. I'm like, he better not be a damn AI type of character or like some type of virus or like it was all a nightmare or a dream. Nah, nah, nah. Like you can't just like try to top it off with that. You better explain it right. I know the Russo brothers must be like, damn, but I believe in them. I know they're gonna pull through and they're gonna deliver something good. David Zaslav might cancel again. Batman Brave and the Bold. DCU, what a joke. I would not be surprised. I think it's time that they do, honestly. Matt Reeves is not a hack. It was the first director to make Batman a detective on screen. I hardly call that a hack. I feel like I'm sorry. I just it cracks me up how people how some people label hack Reeves. I feel like if Matt didn't do it, he wouldn't have Detective Batman on screen. But let's be real. Look, let's be real, Brandon. I agree and I respect that. I'm only laughing because how people they they call him hack Reeves. I don't know. I just find it hilarious. Whatever. But the thing is, with okay, I see what he did, but the thing is, we've already seen the detective side. We just haven't seen it in a whole full movie, and that's what made the movie boring. Like the Batman to me, it knocks me out. Like I go to sleep. If I can't fall asleep, I have to put the Batman to knock me out. And it's sad. Christian Bale, we saw the detective stuff. Didn't he do that throughout The Dark Knight? Literally, he was doing all this detective work. Remember, go back and rewatch it. Dude was literally trying to find out who the Joker and what the Joker was all about. You know, from getting the bullet that he was putting in that 3D printer at the time. I don't know if it was, but he prints out the bullet to try to match it. And the thing with the submarine, the sonar, like he's trying to get all these things. I'm like, yo, that's detective work. I was like, he's doing his detective work and stuff like that. We saw some of it with Ben Affleck in Batman versus Superman. Not so much, but he did do his detective work. But I get it. Matt Reeves did do more when it comes to that, but I don't know. I just to me it was just way too much. I was like, it's just a little bit too much. It was boring. It was just to me. Are you gonna go do a watch party for Batman versus Superman anniversary? Yeah, most likely. Most likely I will. I will do something for sure. So yeah, keep posted on that one. I know we just did one recently, so but yeah, I don't mind doing another one. James Gunn is gonna try to get Batman DCU to come out 2040, Brave and the Bold 2040. And might as well just put that's also gonna be canned. Schumacher made Batman a detective in Forever. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Pattinson is the most incompetent Batman ever. Man, and look, man. I love reading the comments. I just love it because everybody has a different point of view. All I can do is just respect it. It's just I find it hilarious how like some people express themselves. Like I don't know, it's just my sense of humor. I guess I don't know. Batman Brave and the Bold will be like Batman and Robin 1998. Nah, I don't think so. I think 1998 is gonna be three times better than what James Gunn's gonna put out there. I don't think James Gunn is the right person to put in what do you call it for Batman. Honestly, I don't believe in James Gunn. Christina Hudson, she is doing fast. Oh no, no! Don't tell me she's doing part two. Hell no! Don't tell me she's doing the fast. What Fast 11? Oh no! Please don't tell me that. Now I have to look into that. Wars the Marvel. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you for joining. Yes sir. You already know it. Restored Snyderverse. Let's see. Christina was reportedly working on James Gunn's Batman 3 years ago. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember they were saying that. It was true. They were saying that. So yeah, it's funny how all of a sudden all these old news are making headline again, and it's like, oh, it's breaking news. No, it's not. We've already heard this before. We already know what's up. So yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Gunn had Keaton killed off in the Flash. Yeah, that's what he did. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Yeah, and notice that now that you said that, L. Turner, when in the Flash, we know that Andy Muschietti filmed that movie, but James Gunn gave Andy Muschietti notes, and I'm sure in those notes it contained and probably said to the director, "Hey, Michael Keaton's Batman must not survive. It doesn't matter what way, what universe, he never survives. Why? Oh, because we're not gonna do anything with him. So yeah, and that proves to the post that James Gunn posted that he doesn't like Michael Keaton's Batman universe. He did he was saying so much negative things when it came out, but yeah, that just proves it. So yeah, by them, it doesn't matter how many times Barry goes in the multiverse, blah blah blah. He Michael Keaton's Batman's always for some reason he's done. They kill him off. So that sucks. That tells you everything. Nobody's talking about Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nobody's talking about it. That is true, man. Honestly, wow. I hope that movie's not a letdown. Are you looking forward to Sonic 4? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I am. I am looking forward to Sonic. Sonics are good movies. They're entertaining. Any updates on Paramount, Netflix, WB drama? Any good news? Nah, just the same thing we've been hearing. That's why I haven't really been covering it because just rinse and repeat with the same thing. They want to move forward. They're offering cash. WB's thinking about it. They might accept it. They might not. I don't know. At this point, it's like, yo, just do the deal. We're gonna do the deal. That's it. Like I'm already tired of this crap. Honestly, it's just drama at this point. Robotnik should be the only human in Sonic. Yeah, exactly. That should be the only one. I agree with you. That is true. Gunn was a producer, not a writer or director. Oh, okay, so he was a producer on Brightburn. Okay, that says everything. Let's see. Do you think the Flash film is redeemable? Yeah, yeah, big time. With Once Zack Snyder's back, he can use the same actor, Ezra Miller, as the Flash. That's my Flash, and he could just reset time the same way that James Gunn retcon things. Zack Snyder could retcon things too. He did it already with Joss Whedon's Justice League. Remember, he resetted time and he fixed it. So yeah, I believe it could be done, and especially with what was it that they wanted to do, Flashpoint. So yeah, that would be perfect. I'm telling you, there's so many ways, so many ways. Can you imagine Mr. Freeze will have free ice cream and and Batman Brave and the Bold, James? You imagine that Mr. Freeze is doing some type of stupid thing, he just gives Batman an ice cream or just some random thing. That would be funny. That would be. I feel bad for David from his audition tape. He can be a great Superman. The problem is Gunn. Yeah, nothing against David Cornsweet. It's just James Gunn. It's a shame. His bad leadership. That's what it is. I did see that movie. What it was, Twisters, and David Cornsweet is in it, and it's not like, oh wow, what a great performance and stuff. But for what the role is and what he's playing, I was like, yo, dude, he he has a future, but I think Superman pretty much put a dent in his career and his acting career. That's a shame. Because notice after Superman, he hasn't been casted in anything else. He has not been getting anything else. Rumors the air cut this year. I hope so. I really hope so. I think we've been saying that every year. So we'll see. As long as James Gunn is in power, I don't see it happening though. Honestly, James Gunn, he's trying to do everything he can to not release it. Don't you love the consistency of WB? WB, man, there's something special. I tell you, man. It's one of those like you like them, but at the same time you dislike them because you like their characters, their products and stuff like that, but you dislike. At least I dislike because it's like, yo, what's so hard to do it right? You know, like why I have to ruin things? But that's how they are. We wanted the Leto movie, not Joaquin Phoenix, Coker Joker trash. Yeah, we didn't. But I won't lie, it was a good movie. 2019's Joker, it was good. The second one, straight trash. That movie's so straight trash. It's like garbage. Like, oh man, it was bad. The first one was all right, you know. And I get it. Some people didn't like it. They didn't understand it. But I actually liked it. I actually liked it because it's how do you say it? It's very straightforward, the message that it has and stuff like that. But yeah, that cracks me up too. Look, like Joaquin Phoenix, you see it? Oh man, I love it. Henry Cavill doesn't like James Gunn to get Henry Cavill out as Superman. Yeah, Henry Cavill won't work with James Gunn, and I'm glad. Good, we don't need it. Paramount could potentially mean Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan. Yeah, exactly, exactly. That could be happening too. And that rumor, with something about that if Netflix doesn't get it, then Paramount wants to move forward and bring everybody back and stuff like that. So at this point, everything is just speculation. So let's just hope for the best. Let's see what happens. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen, whether Netflix or Paramount gets them. It would be hilarious if none of the two sales happen. It's like, and WB stays with nothing at the end, and it's like, oh, okay, guess what? Now you're gonna have to restore mandatory. So yeah, the tone will be different. A Snyderverse and Gunverse crossover wouldn't work. Yeah, exactly. James Gunn is all funny jokes, bright, and silliness, and Zack Snyder is serious, more darker tones. The saturation, the vision, the storytelling, it just wouldn't work together. That's like saying let's mix water and oil. They just don't combine. That it'll be the same way. It'll be the same thing. Do you think Matt Reeves will go back to Planet of the Apes after he's done with Batman Part Two? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think he's gonna go back to what he knows best, and he's good at Planet of the Apes. Not my type of movie, but that's what he likes, and he's good at it. Go for it. That's how I say. Do you think that Matt Reeves' universe is just bad as the DCU, or is just not for you? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Matt Reeves' universe, I would prefer over what James Gunn is doing. Now, do I really want to see a whole Matt Reeves universe, a trilogy? No, I'll tell you why. And I've said this before. The only reason why not is because I've already seen it. How? We already saw it with Christopher Nolan. These are characters that are too realistic and they're being brought to the real world. You can't do certain characters. You can't bring Clayface into the real world. You just can't. How do you go about on that? I'm still upset with what Christopher Nolan did with Bane in The Dark Knight. I'm being honest. The Dark Knight Rises, I was like, that's not Bane. They made him look like he's straight up like beyond a mercenary, and I was like, dude, like this dude is just too much. I'm like, he has his goons, and I want to see, how the little that I know on Bane, that this dude's supposed to be like, like, isn't he supposed to like have he's Spanish or something like that? He's a wrestler, and I want to see him go hard with Batman. What we saw in The Dark Knight Rises, I was like, yo, this could have been better. That's my least favorite movie of the whole trilogy. But we've already seen it, because Christopher Nolan gave us these characters, a grounded, realistic Batman, as if he literally is in our time. Like, like in one of the, I think it was in The Dark Knight, when one of the cops tells, I think he was, I don't know, somebody say something, and they're like, oh, I think they told Lucius, they were like, you don't recognize your baby pancaking, on rooftops, referring to the Batmobile. Let's be real. If somebody in the real world is as Batman doing that, are you really gonna get away from the law? No, it's nearly impossible. You're literally riding in a tank. So the same thing with Matt Reeves. He's trying to bring these characters into the real world, but there's so much you could do with certain characters. How are you gonna bring in Mr. Freeze to the real world? It hasn't been done, and I doubt it's gonna be done. You know, so that's why I want to see certain characters. You can't bring in every character. You just can't. I give credit to what Christopher Nolan did with Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to call him. You know, the Lazarus Pit. Like we know that he's supposed to be immortal, but live action that really doesn't work. Like I was like, dude, like why are you even bringing in this character? And rumor has it that Matt Reeves is trying to bring in also, what's his name, Ra's al Ghul. And I'm like, I don't want to see this character again. You know, it's just because of the fact that it's just too realistic. You know, some characters should not be brought into the real world. That's what I like about Zach. He took it serious, but at the same time, they're fantasy characters. We know that these characters don't exist. There's no man bat. We know that that's fake. There's no freaking Firefly flying around with a freaking blowtorch and stuff. No, you know, it's just these are characters that it worked within the Snyderverse. But Christopher Nolan was like limited to some characters and stuff like that. Do you think Matt Reeves' universe is just as bad? Or okay, I just saw that one. Nobody stands Matt Reeves. He's talking about boring stuff in Batman's universe. Yeah, exactly. You know, nothing against him. It's just I don't like his. They're just boring. That's it. I love Zach as Shazam, and the first Shazam movie was good. Yeah, the first one was good. The second one was really really bad. Respect to Zachary Levi. That's true. Let's see. Did you hear about GTA 6 might be digital first? Oh, I would not be surprised. They're gonna try to capitalize. But at the rate we're going, yeah, they're just gonna milk it. They want to milk it digital, and you know they want to make those profits. They want to keep the investors happy. So yeah, I would not be surprised. Hack Reeves, Hack Reeves is Nolan Jr. He sabotaged the DCU the moment he pushed out Affleck and made his garbage standalone. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's another reason why I don't like Matt Reeves. Nothing against him. Is just he had the opportunity to work with Ben Affleck and he chose not to because he felt that he wasn't capable of it. BS. He was just saying that because he didn't want to be involved, you know, with anything with the Snyderverse, and you know he was probably like shilling for James Gunn. Do you think Henry Cavill will try to come out as Wolverine again in Avengers Secret Wars? Yes or no? Yeah, 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 for sure. Henry Cavill's gonna be back. That's who he is now. That's why when people are like, "Oh, he might be beyond there," nah, he's not gonna be beyond there. He's already a variant. He's not gonna be playing two roles. It wouldn't make sense. Why the hell would he do that? No, it doesn't make sense. He's gonna stay as Wolverine, as a variant, and we're gonna see him go all out in Secret Wars. I guarantee you, we are going to see Henry Cavill go all out in Secret Wars. We might see a cameo again in Doomsday, but I know in Secret Wars he's gonna play a big role. I already see that happening. Honestly, I like what Marvel's doing with that. The action Matt Reeves the Batman is average at best, if not at all memorable. Yeah, it was kind of you know, it wasn't all that to me. Tom Holland Batman equals Bat Pattinson. Tom Holland Invincible, Incapable, plus Superman equals David Cornsman. That's a big formula right there. We need the Schumacher cut release. Yeah, exactly. We do. Akiva Goldsman, from what I hear, will continue fighting to get it released. Hopefully, we get to see that one day. We just had to keep on fighting for it, but we'll see it. Do you think Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds should get a sequel for the Snyderverse? Hell yeah, hell yeah. I like Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. A lot of people didn't. I liked him. I think he did good. Let's see. Rika, I know you're against Moana and Tangled. Let's see. Michael Keaton Batman is a badass. He went toe to toe with the Kryptonian. Yeah, big time. What he did against what it was Zod or something. What we saw in the flesh. That movie could have been better. It just could have, but they just screwed it up. Let's see. Christina Hodson might pull Robin baby diapers, get dad Batman to get stored need diapers. Yeah, it's gonna probably make him childish in the sense of very silly and stuff. So I'm not. I would not be surprised. Keaton's Batman was the main attraction to the Flash movie, and everyone understood that except Gunn. Yeah, big time. They should have focused on Ben Affleck more, though. Honestly, you know, I think that the studio screwed that up by bringing in Michael Keaton. They thought that they were gonna capitalize on nostalgia, and it didn't work. I guarantee you, they would have stuck with Ben Affleck, you know, with the Flash, that movie would have been probably two times better. But it is what it is at this point. You know, it's unfortunate. Sorry, CS, but Grant Gustin is the Flash. Hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I mean, I'm not against it. I remember seeing on the show CW when Grant Gustin he met Ezra as the Flash, and they were like, "What the hell?" And I was excited back then. I was like, "Damn, they're finally doing the multiverse thing." And here we are. They haven't done squat with it, so it is what it is. Do you think Zack Snyder will release Flashpoint cut? Uh, maybe, maybe. How? I think once he does come back and they let him do what he wants to do, then yeah, we're gonna see much more. I know Zack Snyder has a lot. He's just not gonna put it out there now, but I know he has great plans, so I believe in that. David Cornset will not meet new Batman DCU actor. I don't think so. I don't think they are. I don't mind there being two humans in Sonic, since it makes the world more interesting, like in Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, I mean that's fine, but the only thing is just when you bring too much of those characters that are animated into our world. Like if we take Dr. Robotnik and whatever his side guy, whoever the hell he is, or another character human into their world, then cool, that's fine. But it's when they start bringing their characters into our world. It's like I don't want to see Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Amy, all of them in New York just hanging out, hearing music, eating pizza. See what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see that. Like I want to see them in their world interacting while Dr. Robotnik and whatever it is that he's doing and stuff in their world, in their universe and stuff like that. That's where it gets more interesting. Gunn just wants to be remembered at all costs, the work of a true narcissist. Yeah, that's exactly what James Gunn is, and that's what he's trying to do, trying to leave his legacy. That's his legacy. His legacy. Let's keep it real. Even if Cavill wasn't Superman 2025, it would still have sucked. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't think it would have helped it because it's James Gunn. Yeah, I enjoyed the first Joker film as a character study. Yeah, it was very deep. Like I get some people don't understand Joker to that point, but when it comes to Joker 2019, you have to understand that we're talking about an individual. All right, this is like an origins of this version of Joker. This is not the Joker because I mean, there's so many versions of Joker, but you know, this individual is just a regular person like us going through his daily lives, and everything around him pushes him to become the monster that he becomes in the end, and that influences other people to become those monsters. So it just branches off, if you want to say, and it just unfortunately influences other individuals that are just not right in the head, and they become a version of Joker and stuff. And we clearly see it because when you see the destruction of Gotham, when everything's on fire, he's in the cop car, he's looking at it, he's like, damn, I did this. He didn't want to do it, but he just became that symbol of chaos, if you want to say. So yeah, it's very deep. You have to watch it from that point of view. Not everybody understands it, and that's what they're like, it's boring, but I get it. Let's see. 7159. That's the only reason I went to see the Flash, because of Michael Keaton Batman. Okay, not sure what 7159 means, but okay, I guess. I don't know. Netflix needs to give us what we want to see: the full restoration of the Snyderverse. Period. No compromises. Exactly. Simple. The post that Zach shares, it means something. Restore the Snyderverse. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, something is cooking behind the scenes. Probably not now, but it's coming. Oh yeah, it's for sure. It's coming down the line. Batman will get a school. What? Batman will get school buzz. James Gunn. They're just gonna make him silly. Maybe the HBO Max and Comcast deals with Zach and Ben Affleck's Batman. That would be awesome. You imagine that? That would be awesome. That would be completely awesome to see. Snyder is set to have a new direction for Justice League 2 and 3. What do you think it might go? Yeah, exactly. Look, I think, like I said, Zach has the plans for Justice League 2 and 3. His Batman movie, probably a Man of Steel 2 in there. Zach is ready. He's ready. He has work. He's not gonna put it out there yet because it wouldn't be convenient. I wouldn't put it out there yet because you don't want to give ideas to Marvel. That's how I see it. Why put out, especially now that they're gonna be working on Secret Wars and the next Avengers movies? Why would you give your plans and ideas of, hey, look, this is what I would do for Justice League 2 and 3? Hell no, hell no. Zach knows better. That's why he's not saying anything. He's teasing with old, pictures from the previous ideas for Justice League 2, and that's good. Keep them in doubt. Keep them wondering. Damn, what will he do? Yeah, you're not gonna find out until it's official. You know. Matt Reeves' universe is sleepy. ZZZ. Yep. Yeah, that's how I feel. Do you think Paramount would try to get WB for initiated Hollywood? I don't know at this point, honestly. Everything is just speculation. It's just I have no idea, honestly. Bane Batman and Robin was goat. Yeah, I did like how he looked, but they just made him too silly. Like he kind of felt like Grimlock. Me, Bane. Oh, destroy. Oh, break. Oh, you know. I was like, come on. You know, like Bane's not. He's not that dumb. They made him like that. Bane was dope in The Dark Knight Rises. Yet the fire rises. Yes, the fire rises. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It wasn't my Bane, honestly. Scarecrow will far in Gotham City, James Gunn. Now Scarecrow in what's his name in Christopher Nolan's universe, I wanted to see more of him. I really wanted to see much more. You could bring in the Mad Hatter in the real world. Yeah, you could bring him. And then I guess with the cards, how do you go about on mind control? You know, because I mean, isn't that something that Mad Hatter does? So yeah, I guess like some type of drug effect, I guess. I mean, I don't know, something that it will make the character. I mean, I don't know, however they want to go about it. I have faith, hope, and believe that we will win like we did 5 years ago. Yeah, yeah, we will, big time, we will. Nolan couldn't even pronounce Ra's al Ghul correctly. Yeah, I'm telling you, it always cracks me up because when that lady's in Bruce Wayne's house and you see Ra's al Ghul, she's like Ra's al Ghul. I'm like, I don't know that dude. I'm like, I don't care. Honestly, he's not one of those important characters to me. Peter Safran doesn't say nothing. Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah, Peter Safran's been quiet and he still stays quiet. What I heard, Joaquin Phoenix actually used the same source material. Heath Ledger did the Joker's first appearance, The Killing Joke, and one other book I don't remember. Okay, so at least he did that. But I mean, what's done is done. But that's the beauty of it when you can find a compromising medium between comics and reality, making a transition from comic to the big screen. Yeah, yeah, that always works. That's always it's a good thing. Do you think Reeves took any of Ben ideas for his movie? Yeah, 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 big time. Remember, he wanted to do Matt Reeves wanted to do what Zack Snyder was going to do, the Arkham. I think it was the Arkham series or something that he wanted to do. And Matt Reeves wanted to do that for HBO, and they canceled it. I wonder why. I wonder why. That's very interesting. Now that I'm thinking about that, it would be nice if they bring that to HBO Max once Zack Snyder returns. That would be awesome. Matt Reeves, he doesn't care. Superman doesn't care. Super villain power. He just want ground realistic. Yeah, grounded and realistic sometimes doesn't always work. It might to a certain point. Do you think Ben Affleck will be in Daredevil and Secret Wars? Hell yeah, he's gonna come back. We're gonna see Daredevil, and we're gonna see both Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill back as their roles in Secret Wars. Trust me, I've been reading a lot of leaks and rumors or whatever they're saying, and yeah, they're gonna be back. They are going to be back. Have you seen any of the Harley Quinn animated series? The one from 2019 is pretty good. Nah, I didn't see it. I know it's very like jokey and stuff, but just it didn't get my attention. I didn't see it. We're getting a Justice League 2 and 3, especially as the Dark Knight returns in live action. The only question is when exactly. When is the question? But we're gonna get it for sure. That we're gonna get it. Did you see the Yoshi review in Super Mario Galaxy? Thoughts? Yeah, that's pretty dope. I like it. Finally, they did it, and I'm excited. And if you see the first Mario, go back. It's a very quick. It's probably like less than a second. It's very quick. You see a glimpse. There's a scene when they're showing like I guess Mario, the land of it, and you see a group of Yoshis running, and one of them stares at the camera. I think you see the black one, the blue one. You don't see the green one. You see, I think the pink one. You see a group of them. I think the yellow one too. It's really fast, and you'll see them. They're running through the field, and then one of them staring at the camera. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It was an Easter egg in the first movie. And then, of course, this one we're finally gonna get the full review of Yoshi finally being in the movie. I hope they don't make Yoshi talk. That's all I'm saying. I hope they don't make him talk. But I'm excited for it. I can't wait for that movie. Ryan was supposed to be in the what is it Justice League, but WB screwed it up. Yeah, yeah, big time. Yeah, he was supposed to be in it, and then they replaced him with Martian Manhunter. That's what WB does. Lobo looks goofy. His eyes should not be red like Supergirl. Yeah, pretty. I don't like it. Shame we couldn't get Christopher Reeve and Michael Keaton together as Batman and Superman. Yeah, missed opportunities from the studios. Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern with Zach's direction would be cool. He should get redemption the same way he did for Deadpool. Yeah, big time, big time. That would have been pretty dope. Let's see. Did you hear about Chris Pratt's Mercy got bad reviews? That's probably just cancel culture, just trying to ruin the movie and stuff like that. Just because they've been trying to cancel Chris Pratt because he doesn't bend the knee to like the way that they want. But it is what it is. That's how this fake showbiz is. There's so much money to be made with Zack Snyder's return, big time. There's a lot of money out there waiting, big time. Fabian, what's up? Restore Snyderverse all day, my friend, all day. You already know it. Chris Pratt will play Batman soon. James Gunn's DCU. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Do you know about Superman lawsuit from last year? The person who was behind it all was Mark Warren Perry. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Notice how that got quiet and they didn't talk about it. They probably settled on some money and probably gave him some money. So probably that's what it is. James Gunn would take his dream Batman DCU for canceled DCU. What do you want to see with the first Ben Affleck solo movie or Justice League 2? Well, once he's back, I want to see first Ben Affleck's movie against Deathstroke, and then lead it and connect it into Justice League 2. But yeah, that Ben Affleck's Batman movie is overdue. What's such a long time, such a long time. Do you watch horror movies? Not really. Horror is not my thing. I've never been a horror type of fan and stuff like that. So this is very rare. The only horror I would maybe see if you want to classify it is like the Resident Evil movies. That's it. But yeah, and some zombie movies here and there. But I'm not really a horror fan. I've just never been into those type of movies. Not my thing. Joaquin Phoenix was never Joker. No, he wasn't. But I get it. Some people like it, some people don't. I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 2 for what they showed in the trailer. It looks fire. And I personally don't mind Jade having a bald shaved head. To me, it's minor and very explainable. All right, that's cool. I mean, to me, it bothers me. I'm like, that's not Jade. Little details like that throw me off. I'm like, that's not how she is. But whatever, if you're looking forward to it and you're excited, that's cool. I'm gonna still check it out. So I want to see what the movie's gonna be about. Bane should cheeseburger and Batman Brave. Barry Crackhead Keegan Joker is another example of Hack Reeves being Nolan Jr. Yeah, I do not like. Damn, I do not like Matt Reeves Joker. That straight up looks like Joker has herpes. Like he has some type of syphilis or something. I'm like, dude, like go to the doctor immediately. Like seriously, I'm like, that's not Joker. I'm like, hell no, man. There's a pretty cool Sonic cartoon that takes place in the dystopian future. It's pretty cool. Robotnik is a dictator. What's your favorite version of Sonic character and his universe? That's a good question. I like I I like Sonic 1, 2. I mean, those are the ones that I played in the beginning. I do have Sonic, I think it's Sonic Adventures, the one with like the old Sonic with the new Sonic. It's on PS3, but I can't remember. And I like the Sonic Racing, but I like the first Sonic Racing, the one where I guess where the little vehicles transform from a plane to a boat to a car. That one I like. I don't like the second one that they released, but Sonic is always fun. It's always a good game. Did you hear Doomsday is going to be 3 hours? To be three parts. Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to be part one and part two, with us. What is it? Secret Wars part one, part two, and then they threw Doomsday into the mix. So yeah, that's going to complete that trilogy. But I don't think they're going to do Doomsday 1, 2, and 3. That would be pointless. It would have to start off Doomsday, setting up Avengers Secret Wars part one, and then concluding with Secret Wars part two. That would be the right thing to do. Did you ever saw Tekken movies? Damn, I didn't even know that they had Tekken movies. Honestly, I know I've been seeing a lot of merchandise of Tekken sitting at Ross. People are not buying the toys and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've never been into Tekken that much. I don't know, just not my thing. James Gunn's gonna sleep Batman Part Two script. I don't think Matt Reeves cares. Nope, nope, no, doesn't. Uh, Killian Murphy is an incredible actor. Yeah, that's my scarecrow. Honestly, really, really, really good. I always call him Cillian. But yeah, he's a good actor. I really like him. He's really dope. He does good characters when he plays the role. Nolan, how he knows how to use again Killian in his movies. He does. I like how they work together. They really do. Yeah, it's good to see when they work together. Batman might show up in Batman Brave and the Bull. Would not be surprised. They are making a live action He-Man movie. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Henry Cavill's Wolverine would be good for the rebooted X-Men. I think that's what they're gonna end up going. Honestly, that's what they're gonna stick to with Henry Cavill in with Marvel and stuff. Have you seen the Mortal Kombat animated movies? They're amazing. Yeah, yeah, they are. I've seen like probably two of them. I don't remember which ones, but yeah, they're pretty cool. They are very good. Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill will be teaming up as Daredevil and Wolverine of Avengers. Yeah, they're gonna team up. They're all gonna be coming back. I'm telling you, we're gonna be seeing also Wesley Snipes. Everybody's gonna be in there. All of that we saw in Deadpool plus more. That's gonna be nuts. I can't wait. Do you think James Gunn will put the Adventures of Pluto Nash and Man tomorrow? I don't even know what that is. Oh man, what keeps you inspired to work on your comics? Man, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. You have to inspire yourself, but it depends. I most of the time is music, so I would hear some good epic music, and depending on what I'm hearing, that's what I tend to draw on the scene that I'm working on. I just finished one of the scenes like literally a few days ago. I got to start working on some more. I think I'm on like page 10 already. Um, but it's all coming so far good, and it's just it's a lot of work. There's days that I'm like I don't feel inspired. It just happened in December. I had writer's block, so it happens. It happens to all of us and stuff like that. It's not easy coming up with original stories, especially from scratch, an original character, because one, you want to set yourself different from everything. Everything has been done in this industry, but it's just going about on creating your character, because then people are gonna be like, oh, but it looked like a rip off of this. Oh, I can see inspired by this. People are gonna talk regardless, and you just give everything you can to it, and hope for the best and stuff like that. Yoshi was also in 93 Super Mario movie. Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, that wasn't Yoshi. That little dinosaur, that was terrible, man. That movie was trash. It was so bad. Toy Story 5 will cook Supergirl at the box office. Yeah, yeah, they are. That Toy Story 5, I forgot about that. That one's gonna be good also. I hope Doomsday Days One is the right, and that's the Cyclops. Yeah, let's see what they do with that. It will be cool. I can't wait to see that. You remember Nicholas Holt want to play Yoshi Super Mario movie? I had no idea about that. I didn't know. Can you agree that Spider-Man: Homecoming is the weakest movie based in Spider-Man? People say Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 suck, but these movies really age well. Oh yeah, big time. Spider-Man 2 and the Amazing Spider-Man 2, yo, those movies are good. Yeah. Homecoming, yeah, it's the weakest one, honestly. I gotta agree with you on that one too. The DCU Batman movie have a bad writer, and she wrote the Flash movie. Yeah, yeah. Christina Hudson, yeah, that sucks. I hope Spider-Man Brand New Day will be awesome movie. I think it is. I think, remember, that's gonna be setting up and tying in to Doomsday, so they have to do something real big. I feel like John Cena could play a really good Doom guy if they made a faithful adaptation to the Doom games. That would be cool. Yeah, I see it. He has the physique for it and stuff. So yeah, that would be nice. My favorite horror movie is Kazam. Okay, cool. Let's see. 20 years later and 20 years later, The Bone Temple are movies that wasted your excitement. Yeah, that's why I said the last two movies of 28 years later. I didn't see the most recent one, The Bone Temple. I don't care about that movie. And the first one, I still want my refund. Screw those movies, honestly. I just that has nothing to do with it no more. Matt Reeves Joker looks like a zombie person. Are you excited for Wonder Man? Hell no. Hell no, I'm not. I haven't even seen the trailer for it, so nah, that tells you everything. Let's see. David Zaslav doesn't care. Christina Hudson, fire James Gunn, DCU, Batman. You don't like extra and needed characters in shows, movies, but I love a good origin story. Yeah, exactly. As long as the origin story explains the basics that we need and what's supposed to be happening, that's fine enough with me. I don't need too much details. Just keep it simple and just get to the point type of thing. We need a solo Will Smith Deadshot movie. Yeah, big time. I want to see him back as Deadshot. Jeff Goldblum was gonna be the Scarecrow in the fifth Batman movie. That never happened. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad that did not happen. Zach knows something we don't. I'm sure Kevin Smith knows something too. Plus, I'm hopeful for a surprise announcement in February, March, November as well. I'm hopeful. Yeah, hope. We have to have hope. I know something is gonna come our way, so we just gotta keep going. They try to get Ben Affleck's what is it? Ben Affleck, Daredevil, and Deadpool, Wolverine. Yeah, I'm sure he was busy because I know he was filming a few different projects. So, but for sure he's gonna be back at Secret Wars for sure, guaranteed. I would not be surprised if we see a cameo in what do you call it in Doomsday. So yeah, Mr. H review guys, he really sad. Batman, James Gunn, DCU. Oh man, Spider-Man: Homecoming was trash. Yeah, and the villain was weak too. That Molten dude or whatever he was, I was like, nah. And I didn't like the thing that it took place in London. I was like, why out of all the places? I was like, let's keep it in New York as always. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like it. Christina Hudson will be crying. herself from James Gunn to have a bad script. Yeah, most likely it's gonna ruin her career more. I feel like Lego should have tapped into a more mature audience with stuff like Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat, Doom, God of War, GTA, etc. Is a huge market that they're missing out on. Thoughts? Lego has always been it's been much more family based than Disney. So yeah, they'll never get into that. They won't. They refuse to. Even on Fortnite with Lego, they won't do certain characters just because they just don't cross that line. Lego's very strict when it comes to that, unfortunately. But yeah, I agree with you. They're missing out money, but they're still making money. Lego makes money regardless. They don't need these characters. They're like, yeah, they really don't. Um, what do you think James Gunn's motivation for hiring Christina Hudson, Brave and the Bold, was? Simple. I'll be honest with you, to push more agendas. That's it. That's it. Christina Hudson, unfortunately, is good at that. She ruined Bumblebee. I'm sorry, but she wrote that movie, and I, as a Transformers fan, I don't like that movie. Honestly, I like the fight scenes. I like the direction, the tone and stuff. But the story was trash. So if she did that, and then she did what she did with the Flash and what she did with Birds of Prey, yeah, she's just again pushing agendas. So yeah, unfortunate. Do you think Clayface will connect to Batman movies or be like Sony's villain verse? At this point, I don't know, but it's supposed to tie in with James Gunn's probably Batman Brave and the Bold, or who knows, But it's supposed to be part of the DCU when originally it was supposed to be part of Matt Reeves. So yeah, we'll see what happens and what the plans are going to be. We all would not be surprised if James Gunn bring in Taika Waititi for the DCU movie. He should. I'll be honest with you. That's his buddy. He might as well bring him. And go for it, James Gunn. Bring him. Are you excited for Legacy of the Dark Knight? That's that Lego one. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I'll probably do a live stream once I get it and stuff, so we could check it out. Homecoming is the first Spider-Man movie. The weak one from the second one, Far From Home. Yeah, Far From Home was also bad, but not as bad as the Homecoming. I mean, No Way Home. That's the one that nailed it. So I'm really, I'm glad they did that. But we do need an Amazing Spider-Man 3. Honestly, what I would give to see one final Spider-Man with and Andrew Garfield. Bella Ramsey will try to play Wonder Woman. James Gunn. Oh man, Taika Waititi Thor movie did more harm than good. Yeah, big time, big time. That movie was straight trash, like really, really bad. But again, that's what Hollywood does. That what can we do? What can we do? Yeah, the Odyssey set to make a 5 million at the box office. We'll see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. I know with Christopher Nolan, that movie's gonna be making money. Avengers is gonna make money. um, there's some other movies too that are coming out. I'm excited to see so many movies. This year's gonna be the movie year. There's gonna be so many films dropping, and it's like every month now something is gonna be coming out. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they're gonna be cooking and how things are gonna be and stuff like that. So we will see. We will see. But with that being said, my friends, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm about to get going. I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Till then, peace out.